Man, listen, this your man Kenneth Bust a Move, man. By now, everybody done seen the video. Everybody done, heard about the fatal shooting that happened in Chicago with the mother and the child, as I said on my short, teamed up, you know what I'm saying, for, a fatal shooting. But I say this right here, if you really analyze the whole situation, man, that could have been so avoided. You know what I'm saying? That could have been so avoided, and the fact that it even played out like that is real tragic because, you know what I'm saying, let's say that the little kid, we do know now that the prosecutor and the state's attorneys have dropped the charges of first-degree murder. Granted, my mind state is that they're going to recharge them, not just with first-degree murder. It might be involuntary manslaughter, something of that nature, or because first-degree murder would really play into premeditated and things of that nature. So in my mind, there will be charges brought back against them, just not first-degree murder. But I say this right here. Let's say the kid beats this thing all the way down. He gets off scot-free for it. You know what I'm saying? He's still going to be traumatized. He just took a man's life. He just took a man's life, so he's still going to be traumatized about it because at the end of the day, what y'all fail to realize is, at the end of the day, that's a life-changing decision when you got a fire pistol at somebody and that person don't come out on the right side of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I'm never gonna sit here on YouTube or any social media site and say that man got what he deserved. I'm gonna say this right here. That man got what his hand called for, but I don't feel he got what he deserved. Because at the end of the day, he had no business punching that woman in her face like that repeatedly. And you mad at her because you told her you gonna knock her out and you didn't complete the mission. You punched her and she ate that first punch. So now you repeatedly punched her. That was just crazy, Playboy. That was just crazy, and that's the reason why you're no longer here today on this earth, because you made a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, at the end of the day, whatever you see or however you know what I'm saying, your feelings is towards this whole situation, he's gone. A little kid and took another person's life, and a mother has put her child in a bad situation. Because at the end of the day, I was on TikTok earlier and I seen a lot of discussion about it. And one lady said she couldn't have walked away. She could have walked away. You know what I'm saying? She could have walked away. And granted, when she said get in the car, I don't know if she was talking about her son, but he kind of reacted to the get in the car. All right, he overreacted to that, but he told her, say one more thing and I'm going to knock you out. And I guess she didn't take him serious enough, so she proceeded to say one more thing, and he proceeded to try to knock her out. I use the keyword tried, because he never knocked her out. You know what I'm saying? He repeatedly punched her, and that's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's just not cool. I would respect the movie that told her, hey, look, shorty, you got a baby father or a dude you dealing with, get him up here right now because you out of pocket. He got to see me. We're going to address this properly. But my thing with her is, when you have your child with you, be mindful. Don't interact or engage with someone that's that hostile when your child is in the car. I don't care how hard your child go. I don't care what cloth your child cut from. Don't put your child in that predicament, because you know what, though? That right there, all the way around the board, is a crash out mission. Even if he, and the little kid put that work in for his mother, and as a lot of people say, he did what he supposed to did for his mother. His mother was in a bad situation. Maybe he couldn't beat the dude, so he fired that pistol. But I say this right here, this becomes a whole dilemma now of that child's mental. And mental health is a real thing. Like, his psyche is going to be shot for the rest of his life. I don't care how hard he go. You know what I'm saying? It is not easy to take a man's life. That's not an easy fate. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think, oh, people just putting in work, Man, they got to deal with that every day. They got to deal with that every night. You know what I'm saying? All these youngins that put this work in out here, they got to understand, man, that those are demons and spirits that's going to chase you for the rest of your life. So when you find yourself putting in work, or you find yourself, you know what I'm saying, doing what you think you got to do, you got to live with that. So now she done put her child in a predicament that he got to live with what he did for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life, he got to respect and live with that, his mother was in a bad situation and he had to get her up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I'm not saying the little boy did anything wrong. I'm not saying he did anything right. But I am going to say is, if you watch the video, the mother could have walked away. You know what I'm saying? Granted, the dude was totally out of pocket. He was a bully. You know, he was clearly a woman beater. Clearly, this is something that he do on the regular. Because to tell a woman you're going to knock her out and attempt to knock her out, that was a cowardly act. You know what I'm saying? That woman, she never put her hands on him. She never, and like I say, I'm a person of the belief of, don't put your hands on me. That woman never put her hands on that man. She could have called him 100 B's, 100 C's, and 100 G's. She never put her hands on him. They were having a conversation. He didn't like the way the conversation was going, so his mindset was to punch her in her face and knock her out. That was crazy, Slim. That was crazy. And then I don't fault the other gentleman that was in there, because them other dudes might have not been built for that. They might have been scared of the dude. So, you know what I'm saying? They was in the cardinal rule of minding their business. You know, me personally, if I was in that predicament, I don't think that I could have allowed that to go down like that in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I would have tried to diffuse it, or I would have deflected it to me to let the man know, hey, Holmes, calm down, chill out. This was going on, boop, bop, bam. Let's go from there. You know, but maybe no one wanted to do that. Because, you know, out there in Chicago, man, you know, they got the right to bear arms and right to carry their pistols. So everybody got guns out there. And them youngers who ain't got the right to carry it anyway, they still carrying it. So, you know, maybe it's not always a good idea to insert yourself in something that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking of my character on how my mental move. I probably would have tried to diffuse it or deflect it towards me to spin it like, Holmes, this ain't got to go that route. You're doing too much. Because here nor there, that dude told that woman, say one more word and I'm gonna knock you out. That was so uncalled for. Granted, I do feel like from the discussion I heard earlier on TikTok, she could have walked away. And knowing that her child was in that car, I feel like she should have told that dude, you know what? You right, I'm gonna give you this one today. I'm gonna be quiet, because my child in the car, and I ain't putting my child in a bad situation. And you gotta be mindful, because she had a firearm clearly in the car with them. She had the thing on her. And then what she do? She made a whole situation worse by not just letting a coward be a coward. Because now, even though her son defended his mother as he should, and I'm not mad at a woman for defending herself, but once you realize that this gentleman is trying to escalate it to another level of violence against you, and your child is in the car, think for you and your child now. Don't let it go that route, because that's what things get to where it's at right now. Worldwide, national news of a mother and a child teaming up on a fatal shooting. It's too much. The little kid, 14 years old, got his whole life ahead of him. It's too much. So it's your man, Kenneth Busta Move. You already know what it is, man. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Man, run the views up, run the likes up. Man, run the subscribers up. Let's go. It's your man, Busta Move. True story, businessman. Huh? It's just business. I'm a businessman. Holla at me. I'm out. Hey, shout out to my clothing line, True Story, but I'm going to say this right here. Some things can't be avoided. They can be. Nonetheless, I do not condone what that man did. You know what I'm saying? That man punching that woman in her face like that repeatedly was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm also not gonna say and say that man got what he deserved, because at the end of the day, that man lost his life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm daggone sure, I've been glad that they changed the charges and dropped them from what they were charging her and her child with, because, you know, that right there, that woman could have been fending for her life. The way that man was punching her, she could have felt that man was going to beat her to death. You get what I'm saying? So like I say, you know, it's different statutory things for different, you know, charges. But like what I will say is, though, you know, I'm just glad that they dropped the charges of murder and everything on her and her child. But believe you me, y'all, this is not over. This ain't over. Something else is going to come up. They dropped charges to go down with a lesser charge. So the kid gonna be charged with something. She might as well be charged with something as well, but at least he gonna be murdered.
She's trying to explain something. Okay, you know what? Maybe, hold up. Maybe she didn't think that he was gonna, you know, because I've been in situations where I worked at prison, I worked at the sheriff's department. I've been into it with like an inmate, and he could have attacked me just like that, but I had to do my job. But right there, I wouldn't have to do my job. She probably didn't know that he was gonna go into attack mode, because
ladies, get your food. Who? Get in the car. Who? Nay. Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm I knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Lady, get your food. Who? Get in the car? Who? Lady,